Hello and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I will be doing a reading for the sign of Capricorn for the month of January 2023. I hope all my Capricorn friends are doing well out there. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. If something does not resonate, please don't make it fit. Please don't force it to resonate. Just leave it for someone else. Remember, you know when something resonates, when your energy and what you're listening to kind of agrees with you. And also, I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you all today. In the past position, we have the Magician, clarified by the Three of Wands. In the challenging position, we have the Page of Swords, clarified by Temperance. In the present position, we have the Ace of Pentacles, clarified by the Queen of Swords. And in the future outcome position, we do have the Wheel of Fortune, clarified by the Nine of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Star, the card of healing, the card of wishes coming true, which is definitely amazing. Now, let's start from the beginning. In the past position, we clearly see that you manifested something, dear Capricorn. You manifested something. You used your skills, you used your energy, you used your determination in order to create something that you really truly wanted to see in your life, in your third dimensional reality. We do see that you have the Three of Wands in the clarifying position, which tells me you were kind of looking ahead. You were manifesting for the future. You were kind of seeing the big picture, and you were seizing the opportunities that were presented to you. You were kind of working with the universe. And that is important because you can do that again. That is a very important skill to have. So definitely you are powerful enough to manifest. You're definitely powerful enough to invent a situation or reinvent yourself, you know. You understand the different elements in this reality that we live in. You understand that, you know, manifesting requires you to show up. It requires you to stay committed to the task at hand. It requires you to use the things at your disposal. You know, you use what you have to create something. And then from that situation, you use what you have to create something else. And that's how you move forward and on and on and on. In the challenging position, we do have the Page of Swords, which, you know, is not the best card, especially when it appears in the challenging position, but it is a reminder from the divine. You know, make sure to be aware who you share information with, because the Page of Swords can point to someone being around you who's somewhat gossipy. There may be some deception coming from a person in your midst who's acting, you know, a little bit out of control, because we do have the Temperance in the clarifying position, also in the challenging position, which tells me that there may be a situation that is created, you know, around you that you may kind of feel effects from, which are not really great. Because the Page of Swords, you know, he likes to be manipulative. This can be he or she. And you know, they definitely like to maybe talk a little too much. And they're not very safe, because the Temperance, when it appears in the challenging position, lets me know that this person, this situation, can be taking unnecessary risks. And so you definitely want to kind of protect yourself from that. Not isolate yourself from that, but like insulate yourself from that. That's the word I was looking for. But, you know, overall, the Page of Swords is not something that you cannot handle, dear Capricorn. You are a fierce sign, and you've handled worse before. But, you know, it is going to be creating some frustration, some anxiety, some worry in the month of January for you. But like I said, if you remain calm, if you meditate, if you drink plenty of water, if you get enough sleep, if you connect with nature, you should be able to kind of you know, go through the situation without, with minimal, if you will, kind of minimal ding to yourself. You know what I mean? The great thing is that you have the Ace of Pentacles in the present position. And the Ace of Pentacles definitely tells me that you are going to be receiving increased abundance. There's some sort of an opportunity, a possibility, there's some sort of a door that is being opened for you. It may be unexpected, but there is some sort of an increased abundance, you know, a feeling of where you feel like more secure, more stable, where you can actually look forward to things and feel optimistic and feel positive. You may find yourself negotiating a particular contract or a raise or some sort of passive income that may be kind of presenting itself. But you definitely want to be on the competitive side, and you definitely want to follow logic because you have the Queen of Swords in the clarifying position. So definitely be very like pay attention to the details and communicate very clearly. And people think, well, communicating is easy. Like, hello, you just open your mouth and the words come out. What, you know, what is there to do? But that's not so. Communication is an art. The first thing that you have to do is you have to write things down, because when you write things down, you are able to increase the quality of your thoughts. You're able to take out unnecessary words. You're able to structure your sentences in such a way that a maximum impact is created. Try talking to other people for the sake of practicing communication. Attend events for the sake of practicing communication. You know, some people go to a lot of job interviews for the sake of going to the job interviews because they learn how to sell themselves in the job interviews. Because eventually, after you go and do that for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, you know, it takes, you know, different people, it takes different amounts. Some people get it right away. Others need a long time, you know, and I'm certainly not judging. I needed quite a long time in order to build confidence, in order to be able to understand the party I'm speaking to and what they need and what I need and how we can negotiate back and forth, you know. Another thing that helps communication is not just writing down or practicing, but it's also, what do you do? Like, what type of food do you eat? What type of drinks do you drink? You know, because it does affect communication in terms of what you consume and how it has an impact on your body. Another thing that does have an impact on communication is what do you watch? You know, are you surrounded by negativity, or, like, you know, a lot of times the news are, you know, all about war and that's it, everything is collapsing, run for the hills because we're all going to die. You know, if you're watching positive communication, like every time you open your Facebook, your Instagram, your, I don't know, Twitch, or what else is there? Twitter, Mastodon, I don't know, like all kinds of crazy apps, TikTok that I'm not super familiar with. What types of videos do you watch? You know, what is the algorithm giving you? It's important to be surrounded by positivity. You know, just start following positive people, you know, because you want to constantly see good things are coming to you. This will be your best year yet. You want to see positive messages like that because it's going to have an impact on your brain. You know, the synapses, the movement of different whatever, you know, things move in the brain, you know, it's going to have a really positive effect because brain is a muscle and muscle remembers. So you definitely want to kind of follow that positivity and think positively and surround yourself positively, but obviously communicate very, very clearly. There's an art to communication. Remember when you were a kid, you know, you used 2 words. What about when you became a teenager? You used full sentences. finances? What about when you are at work? You don't say things, well, I got no money. You say, currently I have budget constraints, and so on and so forth. Like your language evolves, and I think people that communicate really well are extremely successful. So they're successful in finding love. They're successful in finding the right career. They're successful in having their needs met, and so communication is just one part, and it's good to have that down if you can. But the Ace of Pentacles is a really great card. Definitely there may be a promotion, definitely there's an opportunity for increased abundance that is coming to you, and I think you're going to follow it and kind of manifest it for yourself, and in such a way that it makes sense for you, that for you it works. Now, in the future outcome position, we have the Great Wheel of Fortune, which is a card of destiny. Definitely, it's a card for a change for the better, but it requires adapting on your part. It requires being somewhat flexible. The Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is a planet of expansion. It's a planet of wealth. It's a planet of growth. It's a planet of more abundance. It's a planet that can be perceived as quite complex. So, be on your toes. And remember, when you are getting what you want, stay calm, because you want to use that time in order to rearrange things in your life so that you can have a new goal set up for yourself, a new situation that is set up for you that you can then use, as a jumping point to something else. But definitely the Wheel of Fortune has a certain amount of unpredictability. Maybe you'll meet someone that just sparks, ignites something beautiful inside of you. Maybe you will receive a promotion for a job. Maybe you will hear about an opportunity and go for it. And as a result, the wheel will turn in order to bring you that opportunity. But there is going to be resilience that is required from you. You're protecting what matters to you the most. The Nine of Wands is definitely all about mustering the strength. And remember, the most important things in our life require us to be strong. Things that are easy come easy and they go easy. They generally don't stay. They generally don't have an impact. Things that are hard for us, we value those things so much more. And because we value them so much more, we receive so much more from that value. Remember, you want to be an oak tree, not a pine tree. An oak tree takes a long, long time to mature and to, kind of grow into itself. And so it's important to remember, when the divine gives you a chance, you definitely want to claim it. You definitely want to continue working on the manifestations. But let's see what we can clarify with the Mystical Wisdom card that I pulled earlier. And we have celebration, let go, and have fun. Definitely, adopt a playful attitude. Definitely levity is an important concept that we have to practice in our life. When you're too focused, too, working way too much without really kind of taking any time off, it's important because you have to step back sometimes. You have to remember what you're working so hard for, because if you're just working, or doing, applying yourself, putting in the energy, putting in the time, putting in the effort, putting in whatever else, and it's not kind of paying off for you, then it's not going to give you the joie de vivre. It's not going to give you the joy of life. It's important to know what you're working so hard for, and ultimately life's not supposed to be necessarily super hard. A lot of times other people make it hard and whatever. There is a lot of competition, and sometimes there is external events like environmental events and whatever that makes it hard, but ultimately you want to kind of adopt an energy flow, like the flow of energy that goes through you. Think of water. You drink water and you pee that water out because it goes through you. And some of it obviously nurtures you, but that's what you want to do with the energy. You want the energy to flow through you. And then, you will be part of the universe in a much more integrated way. And it will be so much easier to manifest things into the reality in which you find yourself in. But let's see what we can clarify with an angel oracle card, and that is communicate clearly, which I believe I have already mentioned to you. I do hope you enjoyed this reading, dear Capricorn. Happy birthday to many, many of you. I know some of you already had your birthdays. A happy belated birthday in that case. I do hope that the new year will bring you a lot of wonderful opportunities and possibilities and abundance. I will still be doing the yearly videos. The holidays kind of put me back because I wasn't really feeling well around Christmas. I was going to start on Thanksgiving and I was sick for like 5 days straight. So it's just been I'm trying to catch up. I will be posting the yearly videos starting with next weekend, and then basically for the rest of January. So I hope that you will come back and I will see you soon.